And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the wild and crazy Western Dubuque Gymnasium right here at Epworth, Iowa. I'll tell you what, the gym was rocking and rolling after that last duel as Western Dubuque started out fast, had a couple bumps in the road, but finished in a flurry. The Western Dubuque Bobcats take down the West Delaware Hawks by a score of 36-32. The Western Dubuque Bobcats are now 21-4 on the year. That is quite a dual meet record. And the West Delaware Hawks will drop to 16-6, I believe, which is also very respectable. Well, we're going to wrestle this last dual meet. We've got the Dyersville Blazers, the Beckman Blazers sticking around here for the nightcap, taking on the host Bobcats. And we'll see if the Bobcats can keep the momentum rolling. There will not be any JV matches here. I don't believe there will be any JV matches. We're checking it out. We're going to start this duel. We're going to start this duel at 106. So let's look at our lineup right now as the wrestlers are shaking hands down on the mat. And let's see who we've got set for you. Weight class 106. Weight class 106, Western Dubuque's Colin Kuprick will win by a 4-foot as the Blazers are open at 106. Now weight class 113 for the Bobcats, Jacob Close. He's a freshman. He'll be taking on sophomore Andrew Carton for the Blazers. At weight class 120 for the Bobcats, the junior Bailey Thurm will take on the junior Brad Ertl for Dyersville Beckman. A couple of outstanding juniors going at it at weight class 120. Weight class 126, Dane Ganson, a sophomore, will take on another sophomore from Dyersville Beckman, Ted Ehrlich. Weight class 132, number 5 ranked Austin Hosh will take on Cody Feldman, the outstanding freshman from Beckman. Weight class 138, we'll see Garrett Sporer from Western Dubuque take on Cody Neighbor, number 6 ranked at 23-1 now for Beckman, 2 seniors. Weight class 145, Levi Hosh for the Bobcats will be taking on Ben Hageman, a sophomore for Dyersville Beckman. Weight class 152, Dylan Ganson, number 8 ranked in class 3A for the Bobcats, will take on Nick Reinert, one of 3 seniors for Coach Kevin Hogan. Weight class 160, Jacob Birds for the Bobcats will take on Logan Kutsch for the Beckman Blazers. He's a junior. Weight class 170, the number 5 ranked freshman. He's 25-2 now for Western Dubuque. He will take on Lucas Kramer, who's a junior for Dyersville Beckman. Weight class 182, Ryan Keneally, the junior, will take on the sophomore Tyler Hirsch. Weight class 195, Bryce Horner for Western Dubuque will take on Logan Pasker. Weight class 220, Brendan Kuprick, the number 5 ranked 220-pounder for the Bobcats, will take on Luke Funky, the freshman. And finally at weight class 285, Dylan Hafler will take on Colton Luck. So we're set to go here. At 106, Jacob Close for the Bobcats received a 4-foot. And we're going to go up to weight class 113 now, where Andrew Carton for Dyersville Beckman will be taking on Colin Kuprick. And Carton coming out with a 2-point takedown on Kuprick to go up 2-0. A nice go behind A nice go behind by Carton to pick up that 2. And there's a 1-point escape by Kirprick. So we'll go back to our feet. Again, we started tonight at 220, then at 286, and now we got a drop down to 106. There's a high crotch by Kirprick. He's in deep on the leg of Close. Close tries to slap a cross body on him and pull himself up, and he does. That's going to be a 2-point takedown for the sophomore from Beckman. Now a sit-out turn-in by Kirprick, and that's going to be a 2-point reversal. So he's up on top of Carton. 4-3 now. Carton still up. Cross-body right attempt by Kirprick, and we're going off the edge of the mat. Back to center we go as Carton gets set. Colin Kirprick is a junior wrestling 113. He was listed at 106. And Coach Cleary choosing to move his freshman and junior around a little bit here. Andrew Carton is a sophomore for the Blazers. 4-3 is our score. Takedown by Carton. And a couple reversals. Carton with a cradle in on Kuprick. Now he's getting back points. He's got that cross-face cradle locked up. He got 2 on the reversal. Got a cross-face cradle locked up. Kuprick breaks the cradle, but that's a 3-point near fall for Carton. Only 1 takedown so far, and that's Carton's. Everything else has been reversals, and near falls. All right, let's see whose choice is going to be. It's going to be Western Dubuque's choice. That would be Kirprick's choice. And he's going to defer over to Carton, and Carton will choose down. 9-3 lead now for the sophomore for Coach Kevin Hogan and the Beckman Blazers. Caution on Kirprick as he starts too early, so we're going to get a restart. There's a switch attempt by Carton, tight waist and a chop by Kirprick. Kirprick doing a nice job now controlling the hips of Carton. Carton with a tight waist, Kirprick with a tight waist on top of Carton. Carton trying some hand controls, trying to come back to that short sit, maybe to a stand-up. Nice job of Kirprick. He's got that right arm of Carton posted underneath. He's going to try to lift that near knee and toss Carton to his back. Carton goes belly down on the mat, bases out, and Kirprick has to go back to work. 1:27 left to go, second period. Started this last duel at 106. And Western Dubuque picked up a forfeit. There's a chicken wing now by Kirprick. Carton has a lead 9-3, but Colin Kirprick is doing an outstanding job riding. Got a chicken wing now on Carton. Carton does a nice job at getting his elbow free. Kirprick high riding now, but throws in a cross body ride. He's working on some back points on Carton. Carton trying to kick his left leg free, but Kirprick doing the best imitation of a leech as he can, as he's got those legs sucked in, locked on. And that's going to be a figure 4 on the body, but our official missed it. Kirprick had a figure 4 on the body of Carton, and our official missed it. But he's going to kick that figure 4 loose now and go right back to work on that power half Nelson. 31 seconds left to go. Power half Nelson on the right side. Carton now hips up high, trying to shake Kirprick down. Kirprick staying behind both arms now. Underneath the chin is Kirprick. Might get a stalemate. Carton now trying to shake Kirprick off. 14 seconds, and now we're going to get a stalemate. So we're going to get a restart with 13.5 seconds left to go in this second period. There's the restart. And a hard chop and a tight waist. Carton trying to, there's a stack attempt. And Kirprick's going to pick up 2 near fall as he stacked up. That's a 2-point near fall by Kirprick as time expires, and he closed the gap at 9-5. Boy, Carton hung his head, and Kirprick stacked him up. There's a switch, 2-point reversal. It's 9-7. Colin Kirprick doing a nice job here this second and third period, getting himself back into the match. He was behind 9-3. And he scored 4 unanswered points. Now he tries to put the cross body right in on Carton. Carton getting his hips up. And no change of position. Carton came out of the sit-out and had the right ankle of Kirprick and didn't pick it up, and Kirprick right back over the top of Carton. And now he's got a cross body ride in, and he's picking up some back points. Cross body ride with a power half Nelson. He's going to pick up 3. Kirprick's going to go up 10 to 9. Nice job with the legs is the junior for Western Dubuque. 3-point near fall. Referee has not signaled it yet, but we got under a minute left to go in the third period, and Kirprick's still working those legs. Carton trying to get his hips up and shake Kirprick off, but it's not going to happen. The referee's still holding 3 out there. Carton now might come out the back door. Kirprick hanging on for dear life. Should have a 3-point near fall now. Kirprick goes up 10 to 9. Carton was up at one point, 9 to 3 at 7 unanswered points for the junior from Western Dubuque. Again, these Western Dubuque Bobcats will go and go and go. You've really got to make them work. 37 seconds left to go. Sit out, turn in by Carton. Carton trying to send this to overtime, trying to get to his feet. Kirprick doing a nice job controlling that wrist, right back to a 2-on-1. 27 seconds. Here comes a stack attempt by Kirprick. Kirprick hanging on to that 10 to 9 lead. Short sit out, turn in by Carton once again, but he's not freeing that left arm. A 2-on-1 by Kirprick. A roll through, switch attempt by Carton, and Kirprick hangs on one more time. 5 seconds left to go, and Colin Kirprick fights back from a 9 to 3 deficit to win this by a score of 10 to 9. So that'll give the Western Dubuque Bobcats 3 more. That makes our score 9 to 0. 9 to 0 after 2. Well, let's move up to weight class 120, and it's going to be Bailey Thurm taking on Brad Ertl. Two juniors going at it here. And again, we're fighting for Walmack seeds. Again, next Saturday, February 1st already, I believe, will be that Walmack tournament over in Independence at their brand new gymnasium. They're excited to host that, and that will be quite a Walmack. That is going to be a meet that is up for grabs. There's a 2-point takedown by Thurm. And he's going to go right back to work on that 2-on-1 now. That's, tell you what, the Bobcats have been doing a nice job at controlling hips, using that tight waist, and then going right to that 2-on-1. So now a tilt attempt by Thurm. He got a 1,001 count out of our official, but no back points out of it. Again, that Walmack will be, there's probably 4 teams that have a shot at winning that. Of course, the Bobcats will be favored. Bobcats may be favored going into the meet now with their upset, no, not an upset, with their solid win over West Delaware tonight. Next Thursday night, we will be in Independence for that rumble. That will be quite a duel again. Might be just like the one we just saw here tonight. That will be for the Buckdell Trophy. That will be a 6 o'clock varsity start, I believe, and that will be on 9.2. That will be a little bit earlier start. So that will be an exciting duel that will take place next Thursday. And then, of course, Saturday will be the Walmack tournament at Independence. And you got to think Western Dubuque, West Delaware, Mount Vernon, Independence, and Williamsburg all have a shot at coming away with that team trophy. Well, back to action we go here. And Bailey Thurm with the chicken wing in on Brad Ertl. And trying to turn Ertl over. And our first period is going to come to a conclusion there with Thurm up 2-0. Mr. Jamie Vasky. Again, the Western Dubuque Bobcats out to a quick start here, 9-0.
They are, and that's what I'm not sure about what Coach Cleary said in there, but I have a feeling when they went into the locker room after beating West Delaware, something may have been said about staying focused, because you got one more dual meet here. You just beat West Delaware. You guys got to come out here and stay focused for this last duel.
Well, you're exactly right, and again, they appear to be doing that as Thurm picks up a nice standing switch on Brad Ertl, so Thurm goes up 4-0, and he's just solid on top. He does such a great job controlling hips. Ertl trying to come to an inside stand-up, and a hard tight waist by Thurm. Tight waist with a chicken wing, tight waist with the right and a chicken wing on the left. So he's got Thurm. Yeah, Thurm had Ertl wrapped up and off the edge of the mat, so we got to get a restart here. And back to action we go. And Thurm once again goes right back to work with that tight waist, inside wrist. Ertl has not had an answer for that yet. He's not controlling any hand action of Bailey Thurm. Now Bailey Thurm's got a butcher in on Ertl, and he's trying to throw Ertl to his back. Ertl goes to all fours. Bailey Thurm goes back behind, reloads the butcher. He's got Ertl on his back. Now reverse half Nelson, trying to load up a reverse half Nelson. Ertl tries to roll back through. Thurm's going to step between the legs. Now a half Nelson by Thurm. He's going to try to stack Ertl up. Ertl tries to roll through. Bailey Thurm trying to get his chest up on top. Ertl in a high bridge. And Ertl might roll out of this. Bailey Thurm's got a reverse half Nelson. He's behind the back and under both arms of Brad Ertl. 21 seconds left to go. Regardless, he's going to pick up 3 near fall. He's not going to get the fall, but he's going to pick up 3. So he'll go up 7-0. 12 seconds left to go in the second period. And Jamie, we talked about, when you wrestle Western Dubuque, it's gonna be a 6-minute match.
Oh, it is.
And you got to be ready to go 6 minutes.
You do,
or more.
Exactly. We did. Fortunately, I guess for time tonight, we haven't had an overtime match. But like you said, you got to expect to go the full 6 with Western Dubuque, and they're going to go hard the entire 6 minutes. They're not going to lie down, and they're not going to give up for anybody. So you got to come out and be ready to go when you're wrestling the Bobcats.
Well, we're going to go neutral to start the third period. It was Ertl's choice, and he said, I'm not going back underneath. I'm going to go neutral and take my chances. And we got a clock malfunction here. We got 14:30 left to go on the clock up there, so they got to get it reset. There we go, 1:43. Just had one too many zeros up there. 1:43 left in the third. Bailey Thurm up 7-0. The Bobcats up 9-0. There's a nice single by Thurm. Head to the inside. He's got that left leg of Ertl picked up, and he's going to cut across to a double and front trip Ertl and pick up 2 points. That's a 9-0 lead now for Thurm. Thurm doing a nice job staying low with that base, attacking the legs, and once he's in, doing a nice job finishing. Now he's got a chicken wing in on Ertl. Chicken wing on the left, inside wrist on the right. He's going to try to crank that over. Ertl gets his head and chest up. And Thurm bumps him forward. Ertl doing a nice job keeping his head and chest up and looking away from that wing. And now a hard stack now by Thurm as he's got Ertl stacked up. And there's a fall in 5 minutes and 8 seconds. 5-0-8. So that'll give the Bobcats 6 more, so they will be up 15-0. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with more action on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And welcome back to Epworth, along with in-studio producer Abby Becker, Jamie Baskey, and Roger Reed back with you here. It's 21-0. The Bobcats lead it after a forfeit at 126 pounds. Gives the Bobcats the 21-0 lead here as we move up to weight class 132. And at 132 pounds for Beckman is Cody Feldman, and for the Bobcats is Austin Hush. And Hush out with a 2-0 lead here on Feldman.
Well, Austin Hosh, after that unbelievable match with Connor Wickman, winning 8-7, when he left that mat, he didn't look so happy, and I think he was displeased because he got thrown on his back. But give Connor Wickman some credit for setting up that very nice front headlock to a knee tap. And Hosh fought back to win that match 8-7 after being down 4-0. And he's all business right now as he's taking on the freshman Cody Feldman. And Hosh is going to cut Feldman loose. Feldman, a very tall, lean, lanky freshman. I'll tell you what, he's put together for a freshman. And he's going to take on number 5 ranked Austin Hosh. Looking ahead on the Bobcats schedule, they will be in Clinton this Saturday for the Clinton Tourney. West Delaware will be in Muscatine this weekend for the Louisa Muscatine tournament.
In Letts, Iowa.
Letts. All right. So we've got some blood, Jamie. The West Delaware Hawks will be at the Louisa Muscatine tournament at Letts, and then next Thursday over at Independence. Next Thursday.
And I believe the Beckman Blazers are also down at Louisa Muscatine this weekend as well. I know they have been in the past. I believe they are.
Well, we got blood time here. The Bobcats will wrestle this Saturday, and then they were open next Thursday, so they will have a week in preparation for the Walmack tournament. And then on February 6th, they will have their last official home duel of the year as they take on Davenport North on senior night. And then they will wrestle at the 3A regional duel at Pleasant Valley on February 12th. And then on February 15th, they will host the 3A district right here. So a lot of action coming up for the Western Dubuque Bobcats, and we will follow them as closely as we can, Mr. Jamie Vasky. 16 seconds left to go, an escape and a takedown. Escape by Feldman, a takedown by Hosh makes the score 4-1, and we're going to get stalling already on somebody. That's got to be on Hosh. That was a quick stalling call. I'm surprised our official with 7 seconds left to go in the period. Just did not let that period run out. Hosh was trying to work some arm control. Nice couple of sit-outs there by Feldman. And our first period is going to come to a close. And it's going to be Feldman's choice. Looks over to Coach Hogan. And Feldman's going to choose down, and Hosh is going to let him loose. So we're going back to neutral. So it's a 4-2 lead now by Austin Hosh as he goes to work on the very, very stingy freshman. There's a 2-point takedown by Hosh. He got in on a single, cut across to that double. That's a nice job by the senior from Western Dubuque. Started with the single, lifted the outside leg up, got Feldman off balance, then quickly reached over, cut across to that double, kept his feet driving, and set Feldman to his backside and picked up the 2. So very, very nice job right there. 1:35 left to go. Second period, inside wrist now by Hosh on the left side of Feldman. And Feldman goes belly down. We'll see if Hosh cuts him loose again. Hosh will cut him loose again. And Feldman's going to go to a stand-up. 6-3 now. 1:18 left to go. Feldman content to wrestle on the edge of the mat. Hosh gives him a shove off the edge. And we got to go back to the center. 1:13 left to go. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the third of our 3 duels tonight. West Delaware over Beckman in the first one, and then Western Dubuque over West Delaware, 36-22 in the second one. And now Western Dubuque is taking care of Dyersville by a score of 21-0 as Austin Hosh picks up another 2-point takedown with a very nice Kelly on Cody Feldman. Got in there deep, shot that low shot. Feldman came to an underhook, and Hosh just latched onto it and set through with that Kelly and picked up the 2 as he covered his hips. Coach Kevin Hogan up off the bench there, giving his freshman a little applause for a good job. You know, you're wrestling the number 5 ranked Class 3A wrestler here, and you're giving him a good effort. You're giving him a good match. That's what tonight's all about, is you're preparing. 40 seconds left to go, second period. Sit out, turn in by Feldman, and Hosh cuts him loose. 31 seconds left to go. Long single shot by Feldman. Feldman with a whizzer now on Hosh. Hosh over the top of Feldman's right arm. Feldman applying a lot of pressure to that left shoulder of Austin Hosh. 16 seconds left to go, and we're going to get a stalemate. Well, that was a lot of pressure. That freshman from Beckman got his hips above Hosh and was really cranking on that left shoulder of Austin Hosh. 11 seconds left to go. Nice double by Hosh. Gets his hips underneath Feldman. Lifts Feldman up. He tries to bring him down, and he picks up the 2. And he's going to pick up some back points off that. Nice 4-point move there on the double. And I got some back points as he brought Feldman to the mat. 5 takedowns for Austin Hosh and a 2-point near fall. And it's going to be Feldman's choice. He's going to choose up. And he likes to put the cross body right in. We saw that last match. He's going to put the cross body right in on Austin Hosh. And Hosh does a nice job, comes right to a stand-up. If you're going to wrestle a legger, that's a great move to use. Might get stalling here on Feldman. There's a turn, stand-up. There's a turn-in, nice hand control by Hosh. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape, 13-3 now. Hosh working on a major decision. Nice single, cuts across to a double. He's going to pick up 2 more back points off of that. 2 for the takedown, 2 back. Score now is 15-17-3. And we'll see if Hosh cuts him loose. He's going to cut him loose again, 17-4. Next takedown, if Hosh gets a takedown, this thing will be over by tech fall. There's the double, there's the takedown, and that's going to do it. Going to be a 19-4. 19-4 tech fall. So that'll give the Western Dukes Bobcats 5 more, making the score 26-0. Okay, Cody Neighbor for the Beckman Blazers. We'll see if he can get the Blazers on board. At 138 pounds, he's taking on Garrett Sporer for Western Dubuque. And Neighbor out to a fast start here. Neighbor out to a fast start with a very nice 2-point takedown. That took little or no time, and now he's setting over that left leg of Sporer. And he's trying to set up a Turk with a hard crossface from right to left. And now he kicks himself off the legs and trying to set up a crossface cradle. Sporer, very short, very stocky, very muscular. So we'll see what Neighbor can do here. Neighbor is 23-1. He's ranked number 6 in Class 2A. So he's trying to keep that record going here. Trying to go 24-1. Now he's got a double chicken wing on Sporer. He's got Sporer going to his back with 41 seconds left to go. Sporer works out of the wing. Neighbor's going to reload it, and it's going to turn into a butcher now. He's got Sporer on his back. Sporer tries to roll through. Neighbor's going to readjust himself, and he's on top of Sporer. Now he hooks the head, and let's see if he goes underneath the arm. Tries to go underneath the arm. He's got a half Nelson now on Sporer. This could do it for the senior. There's the fall. 146. Neighbor's going to win by a fall. So that will put the Blazers up on the board 26-6 as we move up to weight class 145. And Levi Hosh will take the mat for the Western Dubuque Bobcats. And for the Beckman Blazers, it's Ben Hageman. Hageman is a sophomore, so this will be a very interesting match with the sophomore taking on the senior right here. Hageman and Hosh. Hosh and Hageman at 145. And 134. They've got 2-0 up on the board. There has not been a takedown yet. There's a long double shot by Hosh. Nice down block. Nice down block by Hageman. Very nice down block by Hageman. As he threw those legs back, got those laces flat on the mat. And Hosh was not able to finish that shot. Hosh was a little bit too extended on that. Shot from a little bit too far away. He's going to have to work, get a little bit closer. Again, two very tall, lean, 145-pounders here. 107 left to go, first period. Tie and a retie. Tap and go now by Hageman. Hosh has that 2-on-1 rush and tie and doing a good job controlling the arms. Start at 106. We're at weight class 145. We'll finish at weight class 285. There's a tap and go by Hageman. Hosh sporting Levi Hosh sporting a heavy wrap on that right knee. Heavy brace on that right knee. Hageman trying to attack that right knee, but Hosh is doing a nice job leading with the left. High crotch attempt by Hosh, reshot by Hageman. Double underhook by Hosh, and he gives Hageman a shove off the edge of the mat. Sophomore from Beckman, Ben Hageman's doing a nice job here moving his feet. 21 seconds left to go in this first period. There's a sweep single attempt by Hosh using that Russian tie, and Hageman squares him off and blocks him off. Now over the top of the head goes Hageman. Hageman's going to try to launch. He's going to try to throw Hosh, and he does. So Hageman was wrapped. He was under the arm, front headlock. He was wrapped around the head of Hosh. I'm telling you what, a referee called it potentially dangerous. He brought Hosh down and then threw Hosh to his back, but our referee called it potentially dangerous as the arm of Hageman went across the throat of Hosh. So no points there, but a nice job by the sophomore from Beckman to try to score there at the end of the period. Hageman trying to lock up a cradle, far side cradle on Hosh. Hosh comes to a stand-up. Hageman reaches down, picks up the left leg, and now Hageman with a back trip on Hosh, and he comes right back up on top. Cradle attempt by Hageman, and Hageman gets too high on Hosh. He's got a cradle locked up. Boy, they gave Hosh a reversal here, Jamie Vasky. I'm not sure why. Hageman still has a cradle locked up. He could work himself out of here with a high bridge. Hageman's got a cradle locked in. He's trying to bridge out of it. Now there should be two right there. Might be a fall as Hosh is on top. Hageman got too high with the cradle. Reverse half Nelson now by Hosh. He's trying to turn Hageman back in. They're on the edge of the mat. 1:05 left to go, second period. Hosh with the reverse half Nelson. There's a fall. Right at 3 minutes. Right at 3 minutes. We'll take a real short timeout. We'll be back with more action at weight class 152. Stay with us. You're listening to Wrestling right here on Eastern Iowa's sports station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Back to action here in Epworth as the Western Dubuque Bobcats have a 32-6 lead over the Beckman Blazers. As we move up to weight class 152, we've got Nick Reinert from Western Dubuque taking on Dylan Ganson from, Reinert from Beckman taking on Dylan Ganson from Western Dubuque. Two seniors going at it here. We've got a 2-1 lead right now for Ganson as a takedown and an escape for the senior for the Bobcats. Another takedown there makes it 4-1 with 1:05 left to go in this first period.
Well, Jamie, no let up in the Western Dubuque. We thought there could have been a emotional letdown after that emotional win by Western Dubuque, but so far no letdown here for the Bobcats.
No, and that's what we talked about between duels. Coach Cleary, I'm sure, had something to say about that, as you guys got to stay focused and get ready because you got another dual meet here tonight, and they've come out and wrestled well.
And that's exactly what they're doing. There's an escape by Reinert, and we're going to have a 2-point takedown by Ganson. So Ganson working on his feet and doing a very nice job of it. And now he's going to go to work with 41 seconds left to go first period. He's going to go to work on top of Nick Reinert. controlling some arms, controlling, sit out, turning now by Reinert, and Ganson just going to cut him loose and going to go back to work on his feet. Ganson doing a very nice job. There's a high crotch by Ganson, got in deep, picked up that leg, picked up the right leg. There's a roll-through attempt by Reinert, and Ganson lets him roll and just plops on top of him. Basically felt that roll come and let loose of the ankle. And when Reinert rolled out of it, there was Ganson to pop right on top of him and to pick up the 2-point takedown. It's 8-3. 17 seconds left. So Dylan Ganson, again, Jamie, we've been doing this for a while, and that Ganson name over here has been one that's
never ending.
Never ending. The cycle continues. I'll tell you what, it's a nice cycle to have if you're Coach Paul Cleary. You like to keep them coming.
And
Haas's choice, he's going to choose down to start the second period. He's up 8-3, courtesy of 4 takedowns in the first period. We're going to get caution against Haas. As Haas is going to get reset, he wanted to hit that stand-up just a little bit too quick. There's a whistle. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, that was a 1.5, 2-second stand-up and escape by Haas. He's going to score 1. It's 9-3 now. He's going back to work, working the collar ties, being very physical on his feet. Nick Reiner trying to use those long arms to keep Ganson away, but he just keeps coming. There's a sweep single by Ganson. He grabs onto the heel. I think Dylan Ganson and Austin Haas have a takedown thing going here, Jamie. Haas had 7 takedowns in that 19-4 tech fall. That was Ganson's 5th takedown right here. So they might have a little contest going here to see who can ramp up the most takedowns on their feet tonight. 32-6 is our dual meet score. 1:25 left to go. Second period. Our match score is 11-3 in favor of Ganson, ranked number 5 in Class 3A, as is Max Lyon, the outstanding freshman who's now 25-2 at 170. He'll get a forfeit. We won't see him again. And then Brennan Kuprick, who's ranked number 5 at 220. So we'll finish up. We started at 106, and we'll finish up at 285. 11-3 is your score here. Dylan Ganson up on top, just riding. Nick Reinert, not much action taking place. I'm surprised Ganson isn't going back up on his feet. But and we're going to get a technical violation. Ganson grabbed the face of Reinert and just pulled on his face. I think that was a frustration. Tried to go hard crossface, and that's going to be a caution against Ganson. That's number 2. Next one's a point for Reinert. There's a hard, tight waist with a head lever. Now a chicken wing by Ganson. 31 seconds left to go. He's got a chicken wing with the right. See if he locks up an inside wrist on the left. Reinert is very flexible, very difficult to turn. And Ganson's trying his best, but I'll tell you what, Reinert is doing his best impersonation of Gumby as he is turned in a full circle, but now Ganson's picking up some back points here with 10 seconds left to go. He might pick up the fall.
Which Reinert's hips are flat on the mat, but his shoulder, you talked about that Gumby move, his hips are still parallel or flat down on the mat, but his shoulder, Ganson just wrenching the torso and picking up a 3-point near fall to go up 14-4 here as we go to the third.
It's going to be Reiner's choice. Let's see where he decides to go. He's going to go neutral. 14-4, another takedown by Ganson. We'll make it 6-4. Again, Reinert has yet to, there's a single leg by Ganson. He's going to back trick Reinert and pick up 2. And let's see if he does it again. It's 16-4. He's trying to match Austin Haas's 19-4 tech fall. And Reinert underneath, just basing out. Ganson doing a good job controlling hips, controlling arms. So Ganson would like to finish this with a fall, but again, give Nick Reinert some credit underneath. He's giving it everything he's got. He's not going to go down. He's not going to go down by the fall. If you're going to beat him, Ganson's going to beat him with a tech fall or something else. Reinert tries a long switch, hard chop with the right, tight waist with the left, and Reinert finds himself on his right hip. Two takedowns and there's another escape release by Hosh. That's going to be a 1-point escape by Reinert. Two takedowns by Hosh, and this will be over. 57 seconds left to go. Ganson now trying to get an angle on Reinert. Reinert again using those very long arms to keep Ganson away. 46 seconds left to go. Oh, there's a headbutt as Ganson shot in on Reinert. They bumped heads. And I see Ganson's got his forehead taped up. And Reinert took one right across the left eyebrow. And Coach Ketchum for Dyersville Beckman out there taking a peek. Well, as they take care of Nick Reinert, let's take a timeout. We'll be right back with the last 43 seconds of this match. Stay with us. You're listening to Hold by Hold action on 94.7 KMCH.
Well, Roger mentioned a takedown challenge, and I think Dylan Ganson has accepted. I believe he's matched Austin Hush's 7 takedowns now as we're back to action. It's 18-5 as Ganson goes up with another takedown. 3 seconds left to go in this match as Reinert is back to action here. He took a shot to the face, and they've got him back to action here. So we're back underway for 3 more seconds. And Dylan Ganson is going to win this match 18-5, and that's going to put major decision. Will now put the Bobcats up 36-6 here as we move forward to weight class 160.
That's a lot of work for 4 points, Jamie. You know, you start that action a little bit sooner, you might have a tech fall. You know, you want the whole 6 minutes. Well, we're going to move up to weight class. We're going to move up to weight class 160. We've got Jacob Birds for Western Dubuque, and he'll be taking on Logan Kucht for Dyersville Beckman. And Kucht is a junior, Jamie. And Jake Birds is a junior. So we'll see what happens here with a couple of good juniors going at it at weight class 160. I believe Max Line at 170 will receive a forfeit. So we'll be moving right up to weight class 182 after this one. There's a nice double leg takedown by Birds. He got in deep. Got in deep on the legs of Kucht and attacked his legs and got in there tight and finished it and covered the hips and did a nice job with it. All right, here we go. Back to action. Back to action we go as they went off the edge of the mat, and we're going to get a restart. And it's going to be Birds on top. He's got a chicken wing on the left side of Kucht. He's going to try to load up an inside wrist on the right, and Kucht is going to his back as Birds has the right shoulder planted. Birds kind of went to the side with instead of at a 45-degree angle, but Kucht has nowhere to go but to his back. Birds now switches off to a double chicken wing, and he's got Kucht in trouble with 28 seconds left to go. He's going to try to reload it and get Kucht flat on his back. He's going to scoop the head of Logan Kucht with his right knee. He's not going to get the fall, but he's going to pick up a huge 3-point near fall as this first period expires. So a nice takedown by Birds and a very nice chicken wing by the junior from Western Dubuque. And we're going to go to the second period. Let's see whose choice it's going to be to start this second period. And here we go. We're going to go to neutral. So we're going to wrestle on our feet. And it's going to be a very nice front headlock by Birds, and he's going to pick up 2, and he could have some back points here. So he's got Kucht on his back. He's got a drive cradle. He's going to put his head, he's got to get his head in the side as his lock is going just a little bit low to that knee. Now he's going to reload it. He's going to get at least 3 out of it. He'd like to end this with a fall. Now he's going to reload it, get his head in a little bit better position. As he does that, Cooch stretches out that leg and breaks the grip of Birds, and Birds is only going to get 2 out of that. So it goes up now by a score of 9-0, and he's working on bonus points. So here we go. Back to more action as Birds loads up a butcher now on Cooch. Tell you what, this is his 3rd different pinning combination. Birds is. He could get the fall here with this butcher as Cooch is on his back and trying to keep that left shoulder up. Cooch looks like he's going to tap out on Birds as Birds has that butcher in deep and applying a lot of pressure. 42 seconds left to go, and Cooch is going to roll through. Let's see what Birds has now for his 4th pinning combination. That was number 3. This could be number 4. He's got a bar arm now. This is number 4. I was just kind of kidding Jake Birds, but he's got a bar arm. He rolls it out to a farmer. He's got 24 seconds left. Let's see if he can load that up. Now he's going to scoop the head to Cooch, go underneath the arm, forget the farmer.
Now we're going to go the reverse.
He's going to throw that double spur in, and there's the fall in 3:49.
You know, that's, as a coach, you got to like to see that as Paul Cleary, because, you know, one thing didn't work, he went right to another one. That one didn't work, he went to another one. Just that continuing to switch up moves right there was Birds, and you really got to like to see that as a coach.
Oh, you're exactly right, and it looks like Max Lyon is going to win by a 4-foot here. Max Lyon will win by a 4-foot. That'll give the Bobcats 6 more. That's 44. All right, featured match right here. So we'll see what happens. See what happens here with Ryan Keneally.
And with that forfeit from Max Lyon, the Bobcats go up 42-6 here at 182 pounds. We'll finish this dual meet at heavyweight here tonight, so 3 more matches coming your way here after this one.
All right, 44-6, 42-6. I missed something somewhere, Jamie.
48-6 is what they have.
48-6.
Is that what you got?
I have 44-6 somewhere. 26-6. 6 is 32-6. 4, that's where I missed it. 4 is 36-6. 6 is 42-6, and 6 is 48-6.
There we go.
All right, right back on it. 48-6. No let up for the Western Dubuque Bobcats here. So they're getting after it. There's a nice double by Hirsch. Tell you what, he was impressive when he wrestled Coy Russell for West Delaware with that double leg takedown. So we'll see if he can set up those double legs again. He just has a knack for getting in, and once he gets in, he keeps his legs driving, and that's the whole key, Jamie. When you get in on a double, you know, a lot of guys will sit, they'll grab the legs and they'll hold, and they'll try to pull that double in. What Hirsch does so well is he gets in on that double and he keeps his legs driving so his opponent doesn't have a chance to down block.
And that's important. You get into a situation like this, you know, being able to do that is going to really help him out as he moves forward, because, you know, you got to, like you said, it doesn't give your opponent that opportunity to down block, and it really helps yourself as far as getting in there and picking up that takedown.
You better believe it. 4 seconds left to go, and I didn't think this would be a 0-0 first period, but we are 0-0. So we're going to go to the second period, and it's going to be Keneally's choice. He's still got that forehead bandaged up as he and Brett Lammers butted heads big time in that second duel, and he got a gash over his left eye. So he's got that left eye, or that left forehead bandaged up there. And we'll see if that affects him at all. There's a nice inside wrist by Hirsch. A sit out now by Keneally. And nice job by Hirsch to stop the sit out. On the edge of the mat, Hirsch with a cradle. Tries to lock it up. And Keneally does a nice job splitting the hands of Hirsch. Now Hirsch steps over the right ankle of Keneally. Keneally reaches back and grabs the right leg of Hirsch. And Hirsch gives him a bump off the edge. Here comes that wrap of Keneally's off his eyebrow. And it's up around his headgear. We're going to get a stoppage here, I would imagine, as that taped pre-wrap, that bandage, whatever it is, has rolled up underneath the headgear of Keneally. Still 0-0, 1:05 left to go. Second period, again, our dual meet score. The Bobcats have this thing under control. It's 48-6. The only win for the Blazers up to this point has been their star, Cody Neighbor, winning by a fall in 146 over Garrett Sporer. Other than that, it's been all Blazers. And we're going to get a stoppage there as that wrap of Keneally's has went all over the place. So they're going to pull it off. You might not need to have that re-wrap, but they're not going to wrap it back up. Next thing that's going to happen, he's going to butt heads, Jamie, and then we're going to have to stop this and re-wrap it.
Could be a vicious cycle we could have coming up here.
All right. 48-6, our dual meet score, 0-0 with 48 seconds left to go in the second period. And back to action we go. Inside stand-up attempt by Keneally. Another hard, tight waist with the left by Hirsch. Now a nice stand-up by Keneally. A dive in by Hirsch, hard whizzer by Keneally. And Keneally's going to pick up 1 point escape on the edge of the mat. Now a front headlock by Keneally. And Hirsch might try to drag out of it. Maybe no change. No change. Our official did not score one there. No points there at all. If they give one to Keneally, they got to give two to Hirsch. I don't think they're going to give any points at all. That's a good call. Good no call by our official. Very good no call by our official. As they never really did separate, and our official let them wrestle. They're right on the edge of the mat, and it looked like Keneally was going to break away for one, and as they did, Hirsch did a nice job of scooting back behind him. 7 seconds left to go. Sit-out attempt again by Keneally, and nicely countered by Hirsch. We're going to go to the third period, and nobody scored a point yet.
You know, this is, we saw Keneally in a tough match with Lammers, and then we saw Hirsch really put a good number on Coy Russell. So this is a great matchup here between these two at 182.
Well, you're exactly right, and it's going to be Hirsch's choice in the third period, and he's going to choose down. Well, Keneally's going to go right to work on that 2-on-1, and now he's going to go to an inside wrist and try to roll that out to a bar. And Hirsch does a nice job backing over the bar now to a stand-up. Keneally up on top, standing this switch attempt by Hirsch. He grabs the head of Keneally. This time Hirsch may pick up one here. There's one for Hirsch as they go off the edge of the mat. Hirsch makes a clean breakaway this time and picks up one. 1:25 left to go in the match. Hirsch is up 1-0. And Keneally on the attack. Keneally looking for a takedown to go ahead in this match. Hard collar tie by Hirsch. Throw by attempt by Keneally. Hirsch squares off. And here they go again. Hirsch takes a look at Coach Kevin Hogan. He looks a little gassed right now. Keneally on the attack. There's a nice double leg by Keneally. Down blocked by Hirsch. Hirsch showing some heavy hips here. Now go behind by Hirsch. He doesn't clear the arms of Keneally. Hirsch now trying to pull his head out. They're trying to counter the double leg. Keneally's going to roll to the head of Hirsch. Hirsch is going to latch on to the left leg of Keneally. 41 seconds left to go. No points. What a scramble that was, ladies and gentlemen. Outstanding job, both wrestlers. Hurst is a little bit tired right now. Keneally gets up, and he's got some juice left in the tank. 36 seconds, long double by Keneally. Down block by Hirsch, front headlock by Hirsch. Hurst now goes to an underhook on the left side of Keneally. Keneally controlling the right elbow of Hirsch. Double underhook now by Hirsch. 23 seconds. Keneally drops back in. Hirsch backs up. Both their feet, they're stalling against Hirsch. Another shot by Keneally. Down block by Hirsch. Front headlock now by Hirsch. Hirsch trying to hit a go behind on Keneally. 8 seconds left to go. Fast and furious action. There's a stalemate. 4 seconds left to go. 4.7 seconds exactly. There's a long double shot by Keneally. Keneally hurts his shoulder on that shot. And I don't know if he bruised it against Hurst's shoulder, but that's going to do it. Keneally's going to lose that match 1-0. The match is over. All right, we're going to go to weight class 185, and Bryce Horner and he'll be taking on Logan Pasker. Two really good seniors going to go at it right here. Horner not ranked for the Bobcats. I'll tell you what, a very solid wrestler. Again, There's a double leg.
And you know, Horner, it's good to see him on the mat here, because I know he suffered some injuries during football season. So for him to get out here on the mat, and he's going to get 2 pins here tonight as he's got Pasker going over in that chicken wing. And Pasker doing a good job of fighting it off, but Horner's going to lock this thing up.
And that's in pretty tight, Jamie. He might go chest to chest and slap a half Nelson on Pasker. He's kind of stomach to chest right now. He's got to get his chest back, chest to chest on Pasker, and I think he could record the fall. Doing a nice job blocking the arms. Now he's going to sink that half Nelson in deep. There could be a fall right there. There's a fall in 53 seconds. Nice fall, 53 seconds by the senior from Western Dubuque. That's going to give them 6 more, making the score 54-9 as we go to weight class 220. Brennan Kuprick for the Bobcats, and he'll be taking on Luke Funky. He's only a freshman. So we'll see what happens here. Kuprick again is ranked 5th. There's a fireman's carry by Kuprick. Let's see if he can dump Pasker or dump Funky to his side. He does. He picks up 2. There's a nice takedown right there. And now Kuprick's going to work on that inside wrist, rolls it out to a bar, steps over the top of the head of Funky, rolls Funky to his back. We could have another first period fall here. Kuprick is a little bit high with the fall. He's got to get his chest. He's stomach to chest. There's the fall in 46 seconds. So that gives the Bobcats 6 more, makes the score 60.
Just a piece of information here. I got a text message from Coach Danner that 2000 was the last time that Western Dubuque beat West Delaware.
2000?
2000, so 14 years.
14 years, wow. That's quite a string. That is quite a string. So we have Dylan Hafler to round this thing up tonight at weight class 285. Dylan Hafler, the hero of that second duel, with a hard-fought 7-5 win over Colin Weber from West Delaware, salted the win away for the Bobcats. Dylan Hafler is taking on Colton Luck. This Colton Luck is he's just a nice sized 285-pounder. I'm not sure how much wrestling experience he's got. I'll tell you what, he's very heavy-hipped, heavy-legged. Looks like he could put on about 15 or 20, 25 more pounds from his waist up. And he would be a real force. He's got a year to do that. He's only a junior. Same with Hafler. Hafler, again, wrestled at 220 in the last duel, so he is not he's wrestling above a weight. So, look, has the size advantage in a big way right here, so we'll see if he can get the job done here for the Blazers. Luck working a hard collar tie on Hafler. Hafler just going staggered stance, trying to keep his weight underneath. And trying to stay square, not letting Luck attack his lower level at all. There's a throw-by attempt by Hafler, and we're off the edge of the map. 33 seconds left to go, 0-0. Again, the Blazers have had 2 wins in this duel, a fall and a simple decision. Other than that, it's been all Bobcats. Again, flexing their muscles here in this nightcap. Again, the Bobcats, we believe, Jamie and I will do some research, but we believe the Bobcats and the Mount Vernon Mustangs and the West Delaware Hawks will tie for the Wamak East Championship.
Mount Vernon won 2 duels tonight as well.
Mount Vernon won 2 duels. Okay.
But I don't think they were conference duels. I'd have to look, but I think their conference schedule was done.
Okay. The Hawks beat the Mustangs. The Mustangs beat the Bobcats, and the Bobcats take down the Hawks tonight. So we got a 3-way going right there. So I believe there will be tri-champs in the East Division. I'm not sure who's leading the West Division. I'm not sure if the Mustangs are leading the West Division or the Williamsburg Raiders are leading that.
Independence.
I
don't think Independence has lost a duel to a team in Iowa this year. So.
Okay. Did they lose one at the Clash?
I think they lost maybe 1 or 2 at the Clash, but that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. They have lost. The only team they've lost to in Iowa was Crestwood at the Battle of Waterloo.
Okay. So they have a nice team. So again, we will be right there at the Independence Gymnasium next Thursday and then again next Saturday. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure what the capacity of that gymnasium will be. I know it's big. It will probably be full. That will be another duel like this one was tonight, we are thinking. The Hawks and the Mustangs have met already at the Battle of Waterloo, with the Mustangs coming away with a 11 or 12-point win. So we'll see what happens. The Hawks lineup is a little bit different than it was at that time. I'm not sure about the Mustangs lineup, but that's going to be an exciting duel. And then I believe after that duel, we're going to have some Iowa Conference wrestling with the Cohawks taking on the Wartburg Knights. So you want to stick around for that duel. 1 ticket will get you to see a lot of action. There's a 1-point escape by Hafler as Luck chose up to start the second period. So it's a 1-0 lead now with 40 seconds left to go in the second period. So 1 ticket will get you in to see a lot of wrestling action. And that will be a lot of fun next Thursday. And then next Saturday, of course, starting at 10 a.m., we will have the Wamak Wrestling Tournament. Again, tournament action starts next Saturday with all the conference tournaments. Starmont will be hosting the Upper Iowa Conference. And I'm not sure who will be hosting the Tri-Rivers Conference Invitational this year. But the Wamak will be at Independence. The Upper Iowa will be at Starmont. And the Tri-Rivers will be somewhere. All right, third period, 1-0 lead for Hafler. And it's going to be Luck's choice. Colton Luck, he's going to choose down. And we'll see if he can score an escape or a reversal. An escape will tie this thing. A reversal will give Luck the lead. There's a hard switch attempt by Luck. Did not get his hips out. Made it pretty easy for Hafler to latch onto that tight waist and pull those hips right back to him. Spiral ride now by Hafler, and a hard chop now. He's got a tight waist with the left, a hard chop with the right. And Luck's got to push back over his feet and work some hand control. And that's referees telling both wrestlers to keep at it. 1:25 left to go in this match. Again, our dual meet score is 60-9 in favor of the Bobcats. You know, the Blazers are better, Jamie, but you can see they've still got a little bit of work to do. You know, they're close to having a full lineup here tonight. They're missing a 106-pounder. And we got Stalling. Stalling against somebody. It's going to be Stalling against, it's one red. It's tied up now. Stalling against Hafler. Referee is wanting both these guys to get after it here. So now we're tied up 1-1. Jamie said we hadn't had an overtime match here yet, so.
That was my fault.
It was. You jinxed it. Luck trying to get to his feet, but having a terrible time. Hafler riding a half Nelson on top, but he's got to get out to the side. Luck trying to get up to all fours. Now he's up to all fours, but a half Nelson by Hafler. And Hafler driving that half Nelson. Nice job by the small guy from Western Dubuque. 31 seconds left to go. They took the one off the board. No, they put the one back on. And we're going to have overtime here unless Luck decides in the next 18.5 seconds, or Hafler with that half Nelson inside wrist decides to score some points here. 11 seconds to go. Luck to his all fours now. 6 seconds left to go. And we're going to have overtime here as Hafler continues to ride Luck. The referee thought there might have been locked hands.
I think it's 0-0. Did anybody get? I don't think anybody got an escape, did they?
Well, Hafler got an escape, Jamie, and then they called double stalling, and then they called Hafler stalling. So that gave Luck the point. So we got overtime, our last match of our evening, and we got overtime here. So we'll see if Colton Luck can find a takedown or Dylan Hafler can find a takedown to win this. There's a nice throw by Hafler, and he missed the leg of Luck. And Luck is good with the tie-ups. Boy, it just comes hard with the tie-ups. There's an underhook now by Luck. He's got to get to the side now. A double underhook by Luck. He's going to try to jack Hafler up. Hafler's going to sag on Luck, and off the edge of the mat they go. 40.7 seconds. And there's the whistle back underway. There's a double leg by Hafler. He's got Luck. Oh, they gave him two. Gave him two. Double leg takedown by Hafler. He's going to get the two. He's going to win the match 3-1. That puts the icing on the cake. That'll give the Bobcats 3. 63-9 is our final score. Let's take a short timeout. We'll tally up our facts here, and we'll be right back to close this baby down. Stay with us. You're listening to Wrestling on 94.7 KMCH.
Independence, 563-927-2208 to begin the process with the end goal in mind.
Epworth, Iowa. We've had some terrific action tonight, some great matches. I'll tell you what, the gym was rocking and rolling, and that's what you would expect when you put West Delaware, Western Dubuque, and Dyersville Beckman together in a free-for-all Walmack wrestling action style. Well, here's our third dual meet tonight. We start at 106. Jacob Close for Western Dubuque winning by a forfeit. That put the Bobcats up 6-0. Weight class 113, Colin Kuprick coming back from a 9-3 behind 9-3, fought back and won 10-9. That gave the Bobcats three more. They were up 9-0. Weight class 120 saw Bailey Thurm use two takedowns, one by a fall over Brad Ertl. That put the Bobcats up 15-0. Weight class 126, Dane Ganson won by a forfeit. That gave the Bobcats six more. They were up 21-0. Weight class 132 saw Austin Hosh use seven takedowns and scored a 19-4 technical fall over Cody Feldman. That gave the Bobcats five. It was 26-0. Weight class 138, the Beckman Blazers get on the board. Cody Neighbor with a solid takedown and a wing series, winning by a fall over Garrett Sporer. That put the Beckman Blazers on the board 26-6. Weight class 145, Levi Hosh with a takedown and a fall over Ben Hageman in 3 minutes. That put the Bobcats up 32-6. Weight class 152, number 5 ranked Dylan Ganson using 7 takedowns on Nick Reinhardt to score an 18-5 major decision that gave the Bobcats 4. The score was 36-6. Weight class 160, Jacob Birds for the Bobcats used 2 takedowns, and he won by a fall over Logan Kucht from Beckman to make the score 42-6 after weight class 170. After weight class 160, weight class 170, the outstanding freshman from Western Dubuque, Max Lyon, won by a 4-foot, made the score 48-6. 182 in a very interesting match. Tyler Hirsch from Beckman winning by 1 point escape, 1-0 over Ryan Keneally. That put the Blazers, gave the Blazers 3 more, 48-9. That would be the last points they scored tonight. 195, Bryce Horner, a takedown, and he made quick work of Logan Pasker, winning by a fall in 53 seconds, making it 54-9. Weight class 220, number 5 ranked Brennan Kuprick, winning by a fall in 46 seconds, making it 60-9. And then, just as you heard in overtime, Dylan Hafler, a takedown in overtime, winning 3-1 over Colton Luck, making the final score 63-9 in favor of the Western Dubuque Bobcats. Our totals tonight: Western Dubuque wins 12 out of the 14 matches. Western Dubuque scores 5 pins to Dyersville Beckman's 1. The takedown derby was completely lopsided, as Western Dubuque had 22 takedowns to only 2 for Beckman. Western Dubuque had 1 major decision and 1 technical fall. So quite a match there, quite a duel, quite an evening of wrestling. Beckman will drop to 5-15 on the year, and the Dubuque Bobcats will go to 22-4. They are having a super fantastic year. Coach Paul Cleary and his staff doing a fine job. Let's take another short break. We're trying to round up Coach Paul Cleary for a couple of comments. Jamie would like to get him on a short interview, so we'll try to round him up. So let's take another short timeout. We'll be back with Coach Cleary. Stay with us. We got more action for you right here on 94.7 KMCH.
There's nothing but...
And welcome back here to Epworth as the Western Dubuque Bobcats take duel number 3, 63-9. They defeat the Beckman Blazers 36-32. They knock off the West Delaware Hawks tonight. And joining us now is head coach of the Western Dubuque Bobcats, Coach Paul Cleary. And Coach, first off, congratulations. Not just you got 2 victories tonight, but of course that big one against West Delaware tonight. You guys pulled the, you could call it an upset. I know you guys coming in here probably knew you had a chance to beat the Hawks. You came out and got a 4-point win. Yeah, we're very excited about that win. You know, I've been with West Dubuque for 10 years. We've never beat them in dual meet, and the guys were excited. They knew the opportunities presented themselves, and hats off to the crowd and our guys, and all our youth people were cheering, and they just wrestled the hearts out, so I couldn't be more proud of them. Absolutely. Well, with that win, I believe you guys shared the Eastern Division title for the WAMAC, a 3-team tie with West Delaware, Mount Vernon, and then, of course, you guys. But you talked about the crowd. What a great atmosphere for wrestling here tonight. You couldn't have asked for a better crowd for that second duel. You've got your fans over on the far side, just hooting and hollering, having a great time. The West Delaware crowd was big. That's what the sport of wrestling is all about. It is what the sport of wrestling is all about, and part of my job is to be a wrestling coach, and part of it is to promote and support our community. And our community is unbelievable in all the activities, and I think we're growing with wrestling. We're trying to grow with wrestling support there, and I can't thank all the fans and all the parents and everyone from driving, and even my own father, who drove 3 hours to see this dual meet, and he's driving back so we can go to work right now.
Well, Coach Cleary, you switched up. You had a couple switch-ups in that West Delaware duel. The first one we started at started off the match. You move Brennan Keperick. You're a very fine senior, ranked number 5 right now. You moved him up to take on Rich Heverin at 285, and that was a huge win, 7-0. That seemed to set the tone for that duel.
We knew to beat West Delaware, again, incredible team, great coaching, great program. we had to pull a couple tricks, and we were also missing one of our ranked wrestlers, Andy Doherty, and we knew that our backs were against the wall, and we had to come out and be very aggressive right away, and Brendan set the tone. He's a great leader for us, and we knew we could rely on him to go out there and give us his best effort and get the win.
And then another weight class at 120. Talk about Bailey Thurm. That was a huge win over Owen Ward. Again, that was one of Jamie and I on the way over talked about. There was probably 5 matches where you guys were favored, 5 where West Delaware was favored. There were some toss-up matches. Weight class 120 had to be one of those toss-up matches. Bailey Thurm wrestled a whale of a match there and won that 3-1.
And Bailey Thurm is one of those guys who's worked so hard his entire life, and he's starting to break through right now. He's starting to figure it out, and he goes to all sorts of camps and all sorts of training on his own. And so for him to break through here is awesome. I'm extremely excited about the rest of the year for him this year, and of course about getting him back for next year. But yeah, that was a huge toss-up swing match for us.
And then you got the hero at 220, Dylan Hafler, coming in. Wrestling down at 220. West Delaware threw Colin Weber in there, and what a huge win that was. Looking in that third period, things didn't look good. Looked like Weber was going to get the win, but that was a gutsy effort by Dylan Hafler coming out and getting that victory.
Incredible amount of heart that he had. He knew that we needed it, and I think it's love of team and love of community and just guts that got that win. And he's definitely going to be the wrestler of the week this week, I think. We let the seniors and juniors decide on that, but I think he's the guy. So I'm pretty proud of him.
Absolutely. Well, this Saturday you guys go to Clinton. Your JV is at the Cedar Rapids Jefferson, or your next men in are at Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Talk a little bit about moving forward. What are you guys going to do pushing to that districts and state tournament?
Well, number one, we're pretty happy to be healthy. My entire head coaching career, we have never been healthy at this point. So we're relatively healthy, which we're excited about. Hopefully going down and make some noise at Clinton, which is a great invite. Yesterday we were watching some Iowa stuff in classroom before practice. We compared it to the Midlands. And go down there, make a statement, and wrestle with Assumption. We can wrestle with Linmar and try and make a statement. It's time to turn into a bit of an individual focus as we prepare for districts and state, while also trying to get the team back to team state for the second time in school history. That's obviously a big goal that the guys have and a big goal that we as a coaching staff have.
Well, talk about a short week away from this Saturday is the WAMAC, and Independence is going to host that. And this is going to be one of those years where probably 4 or 5 teams are favored, are going to be in the running for that. Talk about what it's going to take for the Bobcats to win the WAMAC.
Well, what it's going to take is the same effort we had tonight. Keep working hard and having fun. You got to work hard, and you got to enjoy working hard and trying to get the guys to enjoy that connection between the two. And we just need a good day and stay healthy and go out there and enjoy battling each other, because Independence has got a great program. West Del's got a great program. Mount Vernon beat us. We didn't have a great night. Hats off to them. Williamsburg beat them. So it's going to be a fun tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited about it, so looking forward to that too.
Well, Coach Cleary, congratulations on the 2 victories here tonight, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Best of luck to you guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
As Western Dubuque head wrestling coach Paul Cleary here as we wrap it up here for tonight. From Epworth, great night of wrestling action for you between the Hawks, the Blazers, and the Bobcats. Roger, that's what this time of year is all about. We're going to see much better wrestling moving forward here.
Well, you could just kind of feel the electricity in this gym when we walked in, and each meet we go to, each opportunity from here on out, it's getting to that point of the season where you can kind of see it's getting tournament time. The intensity is picked up, the enthusiasm is picked up, the fans can sense it, the wrestlers can sense it, the coaches can sense it, and it's just a great time to be part of wrestling. It's a great time to be a fan of wrestling, and it's a great time to do what we're doing.
Absolutely. Well, we've got more sports action for you tomorrow night, as we've got West Delaware boys basketball versus Western Dubuque at 7:30. That's in Manchester with John Swisher and Bill Logan. Then, of course, the Coach's Corner Saturday morning at 9 with John Swisher. I'll catch up with West Delaware head wrestling coach Jeff Voss. No wrestling action for you this Saturday as we take the week off as we get ready for WAMAC sectionals and districts and the state tournament moving forward here. So we have a weekend off here, and then, of course, Saturday afternoon Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Iowa basketball at Northwestern, as we'll get the pregame just in progress as Iowa taking on Northwestern in Evanston. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. We'd like to thank all the sponsors of high school sports here on KMCH. I'd like to thank all the listeners out there. Thanks Abby Becker for staying with us and running the boards for us this evening, and most of all, of course, again, thank you, the listeners, for tuning in to us. Great night of wrestling action. That's going to do it for us as a great night of wrestling action comes to an end here, as we've got 3 finals for you. West Delaware defeats Beckman 42-19 tonight. Western Dubuque knocks off West Delaware 36-32, and then Western Dubuque takes care of Beckman 63-9. For my partner Roger Reed, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from Epworth, Iowa. You've been listening to High School Wrestling on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.